Hi folks, quick video here to make a very simple proposal. My proposal is that some government or other should set up an experiment or several experiments to try out economic systems that, as far as I know, haven't been tried in a major way before and that are seriously different to our current capitalist and state run combination, mixed economies. So, what systems am I suggesting here? Well, there are several I would try. So, one that's pretty famous is the gift economy. So, in the gift economy, everything is free, and I guess the way I would do it is you're not allowed to sell things, you're not allowed to buy things, but you are allowed to work, and everybody, if you produce something, you are expected to or forced to give it away. So I don't think this plan will actually work, but it will produce, such a society would produce something. I think it wouldn't produce nothing. It would probably produce enough to survive, at least at a basic level of maybe what we were producing, the kind of equivalent of what we were producing 100 or 200 years ago or something, which might be worth doing. But it'd be interesting to see how much an economy produces. Maybe it would produce a lot more than I would expect. It certainly has a lot of advantages over our current economy. It would be fantastically egalitarian and kind of relaxing. We'd all work by choice, and we'd be far freer, wouldn't we, than our current society. The only sting in the tail, as far as I can see, would be, as I mentioned, I don't think we produce as much as we do now. Another economy we could try is something people are often talking about, is to have a pure free market economy without any state intervention. Many people say that this would be totally fantastic, and some have certainly claimed it's going to be really egalitarian and just better all round. So, how about we put that to the test? Now, a slight thought I'm having here is that that may have been tried somewhere. It certainly hasn't been tried recently in the Western world, but might have been tried, might be kind of going on now somewhere or other. But assuming that isn't happening, it would be really interesting to see what would happen in such a place. What other economies could we try? Well, there's participatory economics. For those unfamiliar with it, the idea is that the kind of three main rules are: we have equal we have pay for effort, so you get paid for your effort in whatever job you do rather than what you produce. Second rule is that you have balanced job complexes, as they're called, where nobody does just an empowering job like being the boss or being an expert. Everyone has to mix up their jobs, has to do unempowering tasks and empowering tasks, a kind of cocktail of them, to have kind of equal empowerment from work. And the other rule is a bit more complicated, but it's called participatory. What is it called? Participatory planning. That's right. Participatory planning is that basically it's a democratic version of state. What are they called? Central planning. So it's a decentralized planning, but a kind of state kind of planning, but a completely decentralized state. So everybody gets to have some input into what is going to be created in the country, or what is going to be recommended to be created, because I think it's kind of an advisory at the end of the day. So that's another plan we can have. Another one is based on the book Looking Backward by Edward Bellamy. His system, the key rule in that system is that, the key rule for me anyway, is that everybody does an equal amount of effort. So it's not pay for effort, this is an equal amount of effort. So someone does a hard job like laboring would do just a half day, for example, and someone who does a fun, easy job would do a full day, or do, if it's particularly easy, you do a long day. I'm not sure what job would be particularly easy, but anyway, that's the idea. It's pretty much equal kind of distribution of the suffering of work. And you wouldn't be surprised to hear I wouldn't mind seeing a trial of my own political system, which is called equal groups. Very briefly, equal groups has us dividing ourselves into groups of between 50 and 100 people, and people in each group is equal with each other group in terms of political power and satisfaction of wants. So that's another system that I think would be fantastic, but it's certainly a trial would be really useful to know, will it work, will it not work. Another system we can try out, which is extremely popular, is the one proposed by the Venus Project and the Zeitgeist movement. Systems called resource-based economy, and resource-based economy involves getting rid of money and having the plan proposes that the plan suggests rather that we can make things so much more efficient that we can basically get rid of scarcity. So how about we try that? So the list could go on, but anyway, what could be the criticisms of doing this? So, before I look at criticisms, why do I think this is a great idea? The answer is simple. It's that any one of these could absolutely transform our lives. I don't think they've been really tried, and some people think that they would work. So let's just find out, and the worst we could do is just forget about it if it doesn't work, and we'd probably learn something from that anyway. Would these experiments cost a lot of money? They would, but compared to the benefits they can create, I think there will be good value for money. So if we ended up paying each person in doing the experiment, which might be a town of say 100,000 people, if we paid each one like 10,000 a year to sort of compensate them for how rubbish this will be, or to try and bribe them to actually do the experiment of their free volition, then I believe my maths is right, that would be just £1 billion or dollars for one experiment for 3 years in as I said, a town of like 100,000 people, which is quite a sizable place to try such a thing. So £1 billion, that's the kind of money that a government can throw at something fairly easily. So I haven't really included, I don't know what the exact cost would be of organizing this thing and everything else. So, but just top of my head, just if you paid each person in the town 10,000 a year for 3 years, that would be, as I said, £1 billion. So I think we should do this. I think it's an absolute no-brainer, and I hope you find this suggestion interesting, and I wish you all the best. Bye.